What's going on, YouTube? It's your boy, Nighttime. Two questions that people wanted me to answer or try to answer. I'll do the best that I can. Probably just got done watching my video on getting off your lazy ass and getting to work, 30, 40, 50 crew. This video is just answering a couple of questions, and I'll try to make it really short. And like I said, I'm not a doctor. I'm not a physical personal trainer or a physical therapist. I'm just a black dude that wanted to make some progress in the fitness area. Okay. But anyway, I digress. So, first question is, how do you make time as a person with a career, family, and spouse to work out and get into fitness? What do you do? Okay, that's a great question. I get that question all of the time, and that's why I'm here. I'm here to help individuals like yourself because I'm in the same damn situation. Okay, what you do, and again, this is just my personal opinion, but what you do in order to get a schedule together is, number one, you know your schedule better than anybody else. So the first thing that I would try to do is, if you have a spouse, talk it over with your spouse. Try to get a couple of, a few days out of the week if you can, and see if you could, get some workout time in. So that's the first thing. Discuss it with your spouse. If you have family members that you can lean on who can maybe help out, maybe with the kids a couple times out of the week or something like that. Try to, see who you can talk to, whether it be spouse or family, to allot you time to physically go and do what you need to do throughout the week. Okay. Now, I know this is not your question, but some people may say, well, I do everything. I just, number one, you have to me, if you want to work out and you want to, you want to eat correctly or try to eat better, I'll say better. You can eat better right now. And the key is, finding foods that are not unprocessed foods, and you may have foods that may be processed. I'm just going to keep it 100 with you. But for the most part, you want to try to improve your food quality. Go to a Trader Joe's and buy foods from there. Maybe a Whole Foods, and start incorporating better foods into your diet. That's something that you can start with right away. You can implement that right away. Another thing, work on your goals, get your goals, have an understanding of what is it that you're trying to accomplish. So make sure that, you're doing some reading. Make sure that you get with someone who understands the fitness game to some degree. You can reach out to me, but I will go to ifitfitsyourmacros.com. It's a link below. You can click on that. It'll give you a calculator. You can calculate that, and I can talk to you about that at another time. But that's just a way of tracking your nutrition intake, because a lot of times people don't know what their nutrition intake needs to be. That's another conversation. But again, to answer your question, hopefully I answered your question, is talk it over with your spouse. Get a schedule together that is conducive to allowing you to work out. Talk to family members. Get with other individuals who can help leverage your life so you can get more fit in the gym or what have you. Okay, that's the first thing you want to do. All right, and then you make time. If it's just 35 minutes each time or whatever, do it, because eventually, as you start to create that psychological barrier, you're gonna start liking working out. You're gonna enjoy it, and then eventually you're gonna incorporate maybe another day. Then you're gonna start doing things at home. and mixing it in with your gym workout. So there may be a day or two where you can't get to the gym, but because you have really set a precedent for yourself in terms of wanting to get more fit, you're going to want to get to that gym, but you're going to start doing things at home. You're going to start doing better meal prepping. Again, you see where I'm going with this? Little by little, you're going to start to want to improve your education and apply that education to get those results that you're looking for. All right. Second question is, what do you do when you've come home from a long, hard day of work and you just don't have the motivation to work out? How do you overcome that? Well, again, my 30, 40, 50 crew, this is another question that I constantly answer all the time, and that's motivation. I've been there before where, I get home from work, you get home, you have your child, your spouse, in my case, my wife, and you're trying to do what you got to do with the family. You've been at work all day and you're tired. You just don't have the motivation to get up and work out. And I would say that's about really 70 to 80% of the issue right there is really lacking the energy to get yourself to that point. And to me, I'm gonna be honest with you, in order to get yourself to that point, you just have to be sick and tired of being sick and tired. That's really all I can tell you. You have to just be sick and tired of where you are physically and mentally. You have to just be tired of it. That's where I was at. I had reached the all-time weight gain that I had never seen before in my life. Like I said, I think people who know my story, I got up to about 250-ish. That was the heaviest I had ever been in my entire life. Never been that heavy before. For the most part, I've been relatively, athletic in my disposition. But, for some collective years, I just stopped working out and didn't do really much of anything. And I gained a lot of weight, obviously due to poor diet and, no fitness. But nonetheless, I looked at myself, I did an assessment of myself in the mirror, and I said, wow, this is where we're going, huh? We're headed in this direction, huh? And I got fed up with it. I was embarrassed to take off my shirt. I started thinking about guys who were young and they were developing diabetes and people moving slower, didn't have the energy. I just didn't want to be that guy. So I looked at my daughter, looked at my wife, and I said, I got to make some life changes. I got to take care of myself. So I just got motivated. And you need to try to jump in it before something actually happens to you. The problem with a lot of individuals, and not everybody, but the problem with many individuals is that they wait until something happens and then they want to go ahead and start, jumping in. And that's unfortunate. But then you have some individuals who say, you know what, I don't want to be like that. Before that happens, let me do this. So you just have to one day turn on that light switch and say, you know what, I've come in here, I sat down on the couch from work, and you know what, I could get high blood pressure, my cholesterol levels could be high, I'm not fit, I don't have enough energy, I'm only 35 years old, I shouldn't be feeling like this at 35 years old, or whatever age you may be, okay? But it's just really you. It's you being sick and tired of being sick and tired. And eventually, hopefully that light switch goes on before you reach a level of, health issues. Because I'm telling you, the more out of shape you become, the less motivated you're going to be. It's going to be harder and harder for you to get to a level of, I want to do this. Not that it can't be done, but it just gets harder because you become more sucked up by life and it just becomes tougher. So that's all I'm saying. All right. Hopefully I've answered those two questions. I know I was a little long in the tooth, but I had to answer those questions for my 30, 40, and 50 crew. This your boy Nite. Make sure you hit the like button, subscribe to my page, comment below. Like I tell everybody, don't allow ignorance to cost your money or your health. Take it easy. I'm out of here.